We are back. How about Pink Floyd? Great Gig in the Sky. I mean, it makes me so emotional, and it just reminds me. It's one of my favorite songs, and life is so precarious. It really is. I mean, we've just got to be in the present moment. We have some callers on the line. I'm just going to dive in. Let's take some callers. Okay, aloha.
Aloha.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. Who do I have on the line?
This is Dee.
Jade?
Dee.
Oh, Dee. Okay, sorry. Yeah. And Dee, what is your birth date?
It is May 26th, 64.
Ooh, we're born on the same year, Dee. And what's your time of birth?
1:06 in the morning.
1:06 a.m. And your birthplace?
California.
Los Angeles.
Yes, Southern California, yeah.
Oh, me too. We're both 1964 Los Angeles, California.
Wow. Well, I'm Santa Monica. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, Santa Monica, Los Angeles, same good. So definitely you've got that Gemini sun. Whoa, this is a potent year for you. With that Gemini sun. What I wanted to focus on today, since we have Benj here, I want to remind everybody I have Benj Holtz here with me, hairdresser extraordinaire, and also Chinese astrology. So Ben is going to offer some insight for you as well. But what I wanted to do is let you know where your sun is transiting and where your Mars is transiting right now, to know where you're moving forward and what's illuminated. And this is just a little snippet. So, there's much more beyond that. But with your sun moving through your second house right now, Dee, it's shining the light on your sense of, the second house is about our resources and things we own, and our self-esteem, and our self-worth, and our money, and how we gather resources. And it can also highlight where we're, and Venus is there too, and Chiron is there too. So you're really in this process of getting your value system together, or either enlivening a value system that you've had for a long time. But as a Gemini, and the transiting North Node in Gemini, you may be really examining a lot of your old belief systems and figuring out whether those are something that you want to carry with you or not. And Mars and the North Node for you are in Gemini, are in your fourth house of home, roots, and family. And with Mars in the fourth house, and it just crossed in there could be some struggles in the home or some arguments. But really, it's about getting motivated about your home life and the relationships that you have in the home. And with a North Node in there, it's really about, what do you want that foundational area of your life to look like? And how do you balance that with your belief systems in the outer world, what you do in your life calling? How do you balance that work life, home life, and get motivated about how to make that work for you?
Oh, that all makes perfect sense to me. Okay.
Okay, so...
And it really falls in line with the Chinese zodiac, too, being a wood dragon. And interestingly enough, you were actually born in the hour of the ox. So at a core level, you know what needs to be done. You have good work ethic, I imagine, and you like to look your best. And, the dragon is very intelligent. It loves to shine. As a wood element, you do want to make sure, in this year at least, that you're not aloof, because wood can be a little bit more airier than metal. Even though they have some things in common, metal can be a little more like cutty to wood. And so with that, you just want to be prepared. And so taking that time and really figuring out what it is that you want that foundation to look like is going to take you very far. In fact, in 2022 should be a very fortunate year for you with the water tiger.
Totally, and she's going to have Jupiter crossing her ascendant. You know, you're like at the end of a 29-year cycle right now. So there's a lot of things that you're letting go of, and there's a lot of things that are probably being stripped from you, whether you want them to or not, because you've got Saturn transiting through your 12th house, and Saturn is all about cutting your life down to eliminate the non-essentials. And it can be a little... You know, you can have some free-floating anxiety. Jupiter's been in your 12th house, so you've been working hard behind the scenes. And like Ben says, next year, as Jupiter's in your first house, there's going to be a lot of personal expansion and growth, and
yummy.
Really taking things out into the larger world. I mean, you've got a lot going on. I mean, unfortunately, we've got another caller.
Okay, wow, that was a lot, though. I related to all of it. Thank you so much.
You're
Both
welcome.
of you.
Yeah, and, you know, if you want any further reading, you can contact me at 808-250-8539. Benj, do you want to add your information on how people can contact you?
Oh, yeah. If you'd like a zodiac consultation with me, it's 808-868-1223.
Great. Thank you, Dee, so much
Wonderful.
for calling
Thank
in.
You both. Thank
you
so much.
Thank you. And, you know, we have another caller, but we can also take calls if you're interested at 808-242-7800. We may have time for one or two more people. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, you guys.
You're
Aloha,
welcome.
Dee.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Brandon.
Oh, yes, we have a new caller. Hi, who do I have on the line?
I think Dee's still there.
Did we lose our caller? Yeah. Oh, darn. Whoever was just calling, if you could try to call back in, the number is 808-242-7800. Darn, we had someone on the line and something happened and she lost her connection. So anyway, I'm here with Ben Holtz, and we're combining Western astrology with Chinese astrology, the year of the ox, and you know, it all kind of goes together. It's just a number of different ways to kind of look at. Everybody takes things in a different way.
Yeah, and it's fascinating how it all falls in line, whether you're dealing with Western, Eastern, Arabic, or Vedic. Like, there's so many different mediums out there when it comes to astrology, and I really love just mixing it all up and finding that morsel within a person.
Right, it is. And I love how that goes with the North Node in Gemini, and how we're all sort of collectively reaching for new information and sort of questioning our old truths that we've held and whether or not those still work for us. And I was talking earlier about the weekly astrology and a lot of Plutonian things going on, where Pluto is about truth, and it has the final say about truth. And so whether you think someone's evil or whatever, you know, everybody's soul is going to have to reconcile their own truth. What do you think about that, Ben? That reconciling of truth, like in that deep, powerful soul alignment kind of way. How does the year of the ox blend with that? What do we need to do?
It connects really beautifully. You know, and there can be a softness there. It's just that we need to get humbled. You know, we need to not be so arrogant or like even, what would be like, aloof to like who we really are. So when those things come up, it's like, get really real about who it is that you are and what you're promoting. What are you walking and what are you talking?
Right.
And
alignment with that truth.
Yeah. And so, you know, with the Gemini North Node, all these labels are being tested. All these moral and ethical constructs are being tested. You know, everybody's trying to figure out who am I? Who are we? How can we connect and make, you know, this world a better place?
Exactly. And actually, we now have another caller, and maybe we can answer some of that question for the caller and for everyone else.
Excellent.
Hello. Who do we have on the line?
My name is Richard.
Oh,
Aloha, Richard.
yeah, aloha, Richard. And Richard, what is your birth date?
This month, but I won't say. I don't like to say. I just like being a caller that helps you guys out and says, you guys open doors to good knowledge of the mind and the heart.
Thank you.
It's all a direction out there. Everything is a direction. It's so sensitive that these people out there got to realize that if they're going to take one course, it'll be damned on their hands forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean in that sense? Don't touch it until you know it. You know, plenty of people is born kids with moms and dads or aunties and uncles. No kid goes along the way without an adult. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we all need each other, and I think I love that you bring that up, Richard, because that's part of the theme this week. Is that we're sometimes we may feel alone, but we really aren't. We're really all dependent on each other.
And we might get into ourselves too much, and then we might cross-contaminate what we're trying to mean just for the day, for the week, for event, for something important.
Richard, I totally respect the fact that you don't want to give your birth information, but could you tell us what zodiac sign you are?
I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces and grown up a Catholic.
Oh, okay, you're a Pisces, so I love that because a Pisces. This is such a worldly, so deep, with such this understanding beyond just our little earthly dimension here. It's an understanding of so many greater things. And
a good thing to know, a good thing to know about the Pisces world is that when we reached our limits, that's all the positivity limits that we are allowed. I mean, we won't go no capacity without any positivity in any horoscope.
In any horoscope
has a positivity point,
Yep.
Yes.
When people out there will recognize this, and they're gonna boo along the way. They in for some serious scalping from Indians that never been discovered yet.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. You're right, and I think Benj was talking about that earlier about being humble and tuning into that positive aspect, which is going to be so important this week as we're challenged. With I was mentioning earlier, I mean, in my own life, it's like a roller coaster right now where I get a lot of good news, and then an hour later it's followed by some really bad news, and then there's good news again and bad news, and so
our horoscope world is really at no expense of anybody's knowledge and will to understand, and majority is that the crowd that is learning. Good thing. And then the more we talk like this about the open educational horoscope, not to be the detail of the one person only, but then the whole origin in an understanding. Your guys' radio talk show is brand new, and I think you guys doing a good thing. Don't let anybody put you down. I'm around. I'm in there. I'm out there. I don't like to be known anymore. I'm an asteroid. I'm not a shining star.
Oh, right. For Richard, yes, this worldly collective guy. I love that, Richard. Yeah, and it's true. There's so much more beyond us that we can't even see that we can connect to on different levels.
You know what I see a lot there? I see a lot of anything anybody gets nowadays, they simply go too fast. They simply lose it. They simply blow up or lose what they call it, long time thinking, belief or believing or faith. They lose it.
Right.
It's like they're losing their health. Maybe the health not good enough. It ain't providing them a lot of peaceful thought on it.
Well, and yes, and that's
thought, peace. Yeah.
Yes, and that's kind of the balance this week, and you're talking about it, with all of this Aries warrior energy, which is really impulsive, like you're saying.
Every time I see plenty Novembers being born and plenty Pisces being put to death or disappearing, hardly any Pisces. If you look, hardly get any Pisces.
Oh, Yeah,
Tomorrow.
I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of Pisces friends, but you know what, Richard? I'm looking at the time, and
Mm.
I'm gonna have to say goodbye because I've got to close the show. But thank you so much
Okay,
for calling in.
one
And
thing good for a fact world in a horoscope, I'll tell you, numbers is great, and only people with great minds have the great knowledge of a number value or ability. So far, the whole world not even scraped the top or the mid center of valuable numbers.
And-
Don't even touch mid center. Everything is scruples and manipulation. Okay.
well, I mean, I guess that's probably topic for another day. So we look forward to hearing from you again at another time. And I'm so grateful for you calling in. And I hate to cut you off, my friend, but I'm running out of time to close the show. And thank you, Richard. Thank you for your input. Aloha. All right, everyone. So we are winding it down. And I have been here with Ben Holtz, and we've been doing a little bit of
Aloha, y'all.
astrology. Hi. And so let's take some time to wrap up. I want to let everybody know that I do have a contest going right now where if you go onto youtube.com and you type in the search Ora'lea Starr Astrology and you hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, you will be automatically added to the names in the hat where I will draw on the show Monday, April 4th, and choose a winner to win a free 60-minute relationship reading. Let's see, next week. Oh, I want to thank our sponsor, Janet Baldwin of Maui Healing Retreat. And you can reach them at 808-870-3711 or connect with them on their website at mauihealingretreat.com. They've got some great services, and don't forget to ask about their Kama'aina pricing. Also, next week, our very own Cindy Paulos of Ka'oi will be my guest, and we will be talking about astrology and spirituality. And how those go together. I mean, people probably know Cindy as a talk show host, and as a, but they probably don't know that she's also a reverend, and a writer and a songwriter. And if you didn't get a chance to call in today, or you would like a reading, you can check out my website at Ora'lea StarrAstrology.com, ORALEA Starr with 2 R's astrology.com, or contact me at 808-250-8539. I am offering a 2-for-1 pandemic special on readings right now. Let's see, what am I forgetting? If you want to watch and listen to today's show, you can go on to Facebook and type in Ora'lea Starr Astrology, or send me a friend request. We'll have both a Facebook Live and a YouTube. I want to thank my hairdresser and astrologer extraordinaire, Benj Holtz, for joining me today. And thank you so much for your input. And Benj, how can people get in touch with you?
If you'd like to get in touch with me, I work at Isla James Salon in Paia, where I offer a number of services: cuts, colors, extensions, braids, what have you. And then as far as astrological guidance goes, or tarot or palmistry, I am at www.hairstylist.com. That's HAIRPSYLIST.
I love that. So instead of stylist, it's like psychology stylist. And Benj and I have a lot of philosophical and astrological conversations whenever I'm there for my color. But we're all out of time today. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. You've been listening to Language of the Soul Astrology Talk Radio with Ora'lea Starr and my host, Benj Holtz. And until we meet again next week, may the stars and spirit be with you. Aloha.
Have a beautiful day.